sound works. Nice. What's up, Jamarcus? Good to see you. Alright, turn music off. That's enough music. So I'm like, alright. I'm kind of done with that. I need to fix my... That's fine. That is low. Ugh. Whatever, I'll fix it another time, I guess. Wonder what I need to do. I need to point it down more? 1 sec. Let's point down more. Kind of? Well, now that's like too far down. No. Stay? Okay, I think that's decent. I'll accept that. It's close enough. It was good before. I feel like it was too low or it was too high. No, you guys. Well, now it's like too much. Like that. No. It's fine. Okay, whatever. I have like a full like actual stand thing I'm supposed to put this thing on, but I haven't gotten to it. I've just been so busy. I had like no time for myself to like do all these other things. My paper is currently sitting around 13 pages. Cool, man. Yeah, send me a copy of it when you got it. I'd love to take a look at it. Yeah, I'll give you some feedback. Give you some feedback. Soon the tournament. Well, the tournament is over. Yeah, the tournament's over. Yesterday was the last day for you guys to get credit and points and stuff. Well, we're still gonna have the talent show, so thank you for submitting everything. I will go through those later tonight to see. There are quite a few entries, so I have to put that together. And then I got to find a day that we can get all the judges together to vote. The talent show is my only chance. Well, yeah, I mean, if you get first place in the talent show, then you get automatic seventh place, yeah. So yeah, that was kind of the key thing I had there for the talent show. Yeah, so we'll do the judging for that later this week. Again, let me just like catch up. I'm playing a lot of catch up today with things. Cal final on Saturday. Uh-oh, Bob. Let's help you out, dude. Let's make sure you get a good grade on it, man. Yes. And then also, yeah, make sure if you haven't contacted Al yet, this is like the last week to get the oral exam credit in. I think he's available now through Thursday. So try to schedule something with him so you can make sure you get that credit. I'm trying to think what else credit we have. I think that's it. I was going to do a brilliant challenge thing, but honestly at this point I don't think so. I appreciate you guys reading the thing. Maybe that'll be a bonus for like the next tournament. It's just we have so many things wrapping up that I don't want all these last minute things to kind of make. I mean, you guys have worked hard for the last 3 months. I don't want a bunch of like haphazard last minute challenges to like kind of swing everything at the end. Because that's not a good tournament is fair in that like it rewards people who've been consistent and been here the whole time, but also it gives everyone kind of a chance. Like I don't want people to feel discouraged after the first week or two because they're not in like whatever the top 6 or first, that they're just like, oh, I give up. Like no, never give up. I mean, Equity is probably a really good example of this. Equity, I think, is in first place right now and was hovering around 4th or 5th for like the last couple weeks, but he's really put in the time, the effort, and come up on a lot of points recently, so I think he's first, which is cool. But again, first place doesn't guarantee the PS5. It just, you have the best chance, but it's not a guarantee. The 27 infants I'm holding in my basement for ransom. Bob says, not so ready. Lots of problems are so hard to do. I agree, man. Your teacher is pretty fucking whack, honestly. Compared to, like, I saw the practice questions that you have to do sometimes, man. That just sucks. No. Anyways, Yeah, what else happened? Yeah, so we had good Fortnite tournament games. We had good Jackbox games. That was really fun. You guys got all your talent show submissions in on Sunday night. Thank you for that. And yeah, just stay posted. Be a little patient this week. I got to catch up on things, but we will get the tournament wrapped up. And then we'll probably do the award ceremony next week. So the next week, I'll try to pick a day or time that everyone in the top 6 can at least make it, because you have to be there in order to pick your prize. So be on the look for that. But this week we'll do the judging the talent show, and then next week we'll give out the big prizes and stuff. It's fine. The video for the talent show is sped up a bit. Yeah, that's okay. I mean, why is it sped up? If you're trying to solve a Rubik's Cube and you like speed it up to show you solved it in like 2 seconds, like don't do that. If you're worried about staying within the 1 minute mark, don't speed up your video to fit in the 1 minute mark. Just, be reasonable. If it's gonna be a minute 15, that's fine. Like I don't care. Just don't submit to me like a 4-minute montage, because we're not gonna play that. I'm not gonna watch 4 minutes of you playing Fortnite. Like, oh, it took 10 minutes for a painting. Yeah. That's cool. Time lapses, totally cool. Yeah, you want to do a cool time lapse? That's totally cool. Dark says yours is 2 minutes. Man, I said a minute. No one reads the directions. I said 1 minute. But whatever. Maybe I'll let it slide. I gotta go through everyone's. Yeah, all good. I say the 1 minute rule. I mean, it's good to get used to these types of things, because a lot of content when you create later in life has to be within certain time requirements, and people only have so much of an attention span. That's another big thing. So, for instance, when I put out I put out another TikTok thing today or yesterday. I put it on Friday, I think. That's what I did. Yeah. Where was it? It was here. Oh yeah, law signs. Here's how to use the law. So you all keep asking me about the law signs, law cosines, or the ambiguous case. I made a video on it. So please, if you don't know the law signs, like go through, watch my video. It'll help you out. But YouTube is weird about this. So YouTube requires all your shorts to be under 60 seconds, which is kind of a pain. So what I end up having to do is like split the video up into like 4 different parts. So you got to get good at being concise and getting your message across quickly. It's important for things. Yeah, I had to break this up into 4 different parts. But like for like some weird reason, right? Part 2 has 2.4K views, but part 1 only has 1.1. These ones released later, so I know these aren't going to get as many views because they haven't been out for as long. But yeah. Oh, you sped it up to make it 2 minutes. That's okay, cool. Whatever you did, that's awesome. And also, yeah, big thanks to Zach for coming on the AMA podcast on Friday. I had a really fun time with that. I hope you guys did too. If you missed it and you want to learn about like what being a grad student in math is, we have that. That VOD is up here. So here's the recording of it with Zach. We put all the recordings of all our Twitch streams on YouTube. So if you ever want to find them, that's the main one. That's him, and then just YouTube.actualeducation. Is it okay if I explain my vid, because there's a lot that no one will understand? Sure. Yeah, if you want to explain your vid, that's cool, man. Yeah, I'll let you explain. A little show and tell. Okay. It keeps our attention. I'm praying some random Fortnite clip doesn't end up winning the thing. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Okay. All right. Here, let's start off the stream, because Bob, I think you got questions. You got to go soon. All right, so let's go. All right. Welcome, everyone, to Actual Education. My name is Dr. Gold. This is the stream that helps you out with math, homework, science homework. It's called Office Hours. Oh, now I'm upset at that camera. That camera is off. 1 sec. Let me fix that. Okay, whatever. We're going to roll with it that way. Yes, much better. Okay, I like that. Okay. All right, I'll fix it later. All right. Let's see. What do we got for questions? Help screenshots. Taco Cat, Bob, Mystic, Equity. Love it, dude. Lots of good questions today. Yeah. Ooh, and we're doing a little bit of astrophysics. Fun, man. Okay, Bob. I'm sad right now because there's nothing I can ask. Why? You can always learn new things. What about Mr. Ravioli? You wanna go learn some? You could learn some more calculus to beat Mr. Ravioli. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, this is an integral. This is gonna. Oh man, I know this one. Oh, this one sucks, Bob. Oh no. Okay. What is this? Is this one of the questions on your final, dude?
It's one of the best ones.
Oh man.
The issue is I don't know how to do the way the professor teaches it is to have the layer, to find what the layer is in terms of volume, but I don't know how to show that here because of it changes the radius every dy or whatever.
Yeah. Well, okay. So in order to find the work done, right, to empty a trough by pumping the water out over the top. Oh. Okay. This is actually kind of a physics questions too, man.
It was out of the side to be easier, I think, but
Well, I mean, just like you just got to pull it out, right? So, what we know, right, is that in order to, let's just say, like, let's have a sliver of water here. It's always good to like kind of just draw slices and stuff, right, man? So, if I have a slice of water here that's at some height, sorry, and do we know how tall this thing? Oh, the radius is 0.25. Okay, so this is 0.25, right? Okay. And then let's call this coordinate like y is equal to 0, okay? And let's just call this 0, 0, actually. I'm gonna define this as 0, 0, okay? So the amount of work that's required to pull something out, that's equal to force times distance, right? That's equal to like work. Did they teach you that?
force times distance equals work. I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the force required to bring out this sliver of water is going to be mg, right? That's the force that you have to do to fight gravity. And then d is going to be the distance you pulled out, okay? So this is going to equal to the work. So there's some weird things here, right? Okay, so...
Is it one foul? Wait, the force is... Oh, it's just mg.
Right, so mg, m, is equal to rho v. So density times volume. All right, and then g is here. And then distance, so let me define this as like the positive y direction. I know it's kind of fucking goofy, right? I'm just going to do it. So the distance you have to pull this thing out is going to be equal to y. Okay, so like wherever I am as I'm going down, right? If this is like, let's say like y is equal to like 2, like, I don't know, 0.1 or something, then that's the distance I have to pull this water out. Okay? Okay. All right, cool. So then what I need to know is I need to know what the volume is of a sliver here, right, as a function of y. Yeah? Okay. So as I go down, I'm going to approximate everything as like as rectangular like slices. Does that make sense, right? But as we go down, right, that width of that rectangular slice is going to decrease, okay? So, let's see. Okay, so the volume is going to be equal to whatever the length is here, right? That's going to be 3. Then the thickness of it is going to be dy, okay? Does that make sense? This is going to be dy. So then the last thing I need to know is I need to know this. I need to know, like, the width, right? And yeah, you're probably noticing that, right? As I travel along this axis, the width of this thing is going to change, right? Okay. So what I like to do is think of this. Let's think. I think you want to use the equation of a circle, right? So you know that like x squared plus y squared is equal to r squared, right? So that's going to be 0.25 squared, right? So this distance x, right, is going to equal to 0.25 squared minus y squared square rooted, okay? That's going to be what this distance is, all right? And then let's make sure we have the signs right on this, okay? So when y is equal to 0, right? When y is equal to 0, it makes sense, right? That the full radius will just be the 0.25, like square root of 0.25 squared is 0.25, right? Okay. And then when I'm all the way down at y equals 0.25, right, I should have 0 width there, which I do, right? When this is equals to 0.25, I get 0, okay? So this works. Yeah. Sometimes I'll just write stuff down, dude, and then just check it. And just, I'm sure, like, something's off with the minus sign or whatnot, but I know this is the equation of a circle. And
I see. Yeah.
Right. And then I'm just checking at the limits. Like at the top, is it full, and at the bottom, is it like 0? And if it is, cool, it works. Just as a way to like save yourself time. So, but then I need twice this, right? This x coordinate just tells me this amount, right? So this is going to be rho times 2 times the square root of 0.25 squared minus y squared times the 3 dy, and then that's going to be integrated, right, from y is equal to 0.25 all the way up to 0 is how I would write that. So yeah, the final thing becomes, what do they say? Set up to evaluate a definite integral.
Oh, where do you get the 3 again?
The 3 was the length of the trough, right?
Oh, okay.
Because this
And
is
the
going to be a
2?
rectangle. The 2 is because this x coordinate here only picks out this. It only picks out half of the width of my rectangle.
Shouldn't that be 1/2?
No. It should be 2x, right? Okay, so look. Uller says, I want to see the stuff. Here's the stuff, bro. Okay, so let's remember that this is x, right?
Yeah.
But I need the full thing, so I need 2 times x.
Oh, okay, I see.
Right, because for a circle, right, this is the x coordinate, whatever, that's a y coordinate, and like you go around happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, so it should be this. It should be 6 rho. Well, okay, and they give you rho, so like that's 6,000. So 6,000 integral from 0.25 to 0 of square root of 0.25 squared minus y squared dy, I believe.
Wait, where's the 6 come from again?
There's a 3 from here. There's a 2 from here. And
Oh,
then
I
there's
see.
1,000. Yeah. Is that the correct answer?
I don't know. They don't give it to us.
What? Excuse me? Why not?
You just post the past ones on the website, and then they say it's for practice.
Oh, okay. Well, we can find it. One second. Let me just get it for you. Yep, cool. Found it. Love Chegg. Chegg always has it. Cool. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
They did it a little bit differently though.
Oh wait, Chegg has this stuff too.
Well, I assume this is the right one, right?
Yeah, I thought it was only textbook problems.
So x squared is 0.25 squared minus 0.2. So okay, why did they do this? Why did they make their life hard? Excuse me. Okay. So 6 rho GP, and then they go from 0 to 0.25 of x. I mean, this looks like kind of similar. I think there's gonna be like there's gonna be a slight substitution error is what's gonna happen here. So what are they doing? Yeah, they call this x. Oh, and they do a triangle using or that I don't know about that. Oh, I guess it does work. Because yeah, the hypotenuse will always be 0.25 because that's the radius. It's an interesting way to do it. Then what do we have? So we said 0.25 squared, which I think is 0.625. Sec. Yeah, 0.0625. And then I went from 0.25 to 0. They go from... But they have an additional... Wait, y squared? Why is there not another y in there then? Huh. Volume is equal to 2r6 delta x. Yes, okay. Okay. Oh, wait. Why are they putting another x in there? Distance is x. Oh, yes. I forgot something here. Sorry, there's another y here, right? It's rho v g y. Sorry, there's another
I see.
y.
Yeah.
There is another y. Okay.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Yeah. Dr. Lee So not here. Oh, I don't know if he is here. I'm wondering if this comes out to be the same integral. I want to test.
I think it does.
It looks slightly different. Their bounds are different. I'm just curious. Cause 6. Oh, and I forgot to put g in there as well. I forgot a lot of things here, Bob. I'm sorry. I forgot g as well. Right. Okay, so let's just say it's 6. Let's just say it's 6 rho g. That's okay. I want to know if this integral right here is the same as this integral. I'm not sure it is. Pull it up again. Let's see Wolfram.
Oh yeah, it is a little different.
Yeah, it's a little bit. One second. Integral of x times square root of 0.25 squared minus x squared dx from 0.25 to 0. Okay. And then this is integral of x times square root of 0.5x minus x squared from 0 to 0.25. Oh, I know where there's an error. I know where I have an error. So also this needs to be negative. So sorry. Work is the force times the distance, which the force is negative mgd. Yeah, okay, so this is supposed to be a negative out here. Because you're opposing, so gravity's point, well, that's the work done by gravity, actually. Wait, one sec. One sec. mg times the distance, y, yeah. Well, I guess you can flip it. Does it really matter actually, like which way you're doing it?
They flipped it.
Yeah.
You flip it, you can move the negative.
Yeah, then you can remove the negative. I'm just curious. So they get. So we got two like
Well,
slightly
it's definitely different.
It is different. It is. It's off.
Yeah, it's different.
It's well.
They got 0.5x. All right.
So they get 0.007 and I got 0.005. Yeah, so they got 0.007 versus 0.00. Today's your birthday? Hey, happy birthday, dude. Happy birthday, Nad. That's cool, man. One sec. All right, x squared plus y squared is r squared. R is 0.25. Okay, let me just copy this whole thing in so we can just see what they're doing. Because the way they do it, instead of using the equation of circle, Bob, they create a triangle. That's what they do, right? See how they create this triangle right here? And then, if this is x, right, then this distance here is 0.25 minus x. And then this is always going to be 0.25, right? Because it's the radius of a circle. Oh, thanks for the follow, dude.
Nice.
Thank you, Light896. And then this is I guess going to be x. Well, does that work with the Pythagorean theorem? One sec. Oh, this is r. This is what you're looking for. So r squared plus 0.25 minus x. Dude, this sucks. Like, I wouldn't really do it this way, dude. What? Equals 0.25 squared.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, because then I guess you gotta expand this out and everything. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, what they did now is equivalent, and then.
Well, okay, but so we had the equation of a circle, which I think should be also okay, right? We just have x squared plus y squared is equal to r squared, and I say that this distance x is proportional to 0.25 squared minus y, which when y is equal to 0, right? I get the full 0.25. That's what I should have. Okay. And then as y goes down, the x should go down as well.
Yeah.
This should be okay. Are these like not equivalent? Okay, what if I defined okay, what if I redefined this as y, right? This is 0.25. Oh, that's what's happening. So they're calling this No. Yeah, they're calling this x. And then this is 0.25 minus x. How does that work? No, okay, they're starting here. They're starting at here. They're saying this is x is equal to 0, I think. I think that's what they're doing. And then this is 0.25 minus x, and they're going up. Right. And that's why they're going from 0 to 0.25. I'm starting at the bottom, saying that whatever. Like, you can reorient your axis however you want. So I can say that this is y is equal to 0, and then that this is y is equal to 0.25. That's fine. It doesn't matter. And that to me makes more sense because the distance you're pulling it is what your y coordinate is. And then, yeah, and this is just the y coordinate of your thing. What's up, Noise? Good to see you, dude. I'm curious why I'm curious why we get different answers. They should be equivalent. Because I'm essentially just doing this. I'm just flipping it upside down. And I'm calling this like y is equal to 0. So this is x is equal to the square root of 0.25 squared minus y squared. Which I think is what I had, right? Yeah, okay. And and we're just going, I guess you could go from 0 to 0.25. And then this distance x, yeah, is just that. Yeah. Okay. Why do we get different answers? Should be the same.
Looks right.
It looks right, but like I don't like that it's different. It shouldn't be different. Like this integral is not the same as this integral. Why? Okay, whatever. I think I like my way. Like this is a way that they did it. Let's see if there's another way that someone did it. I'm just curious. Someone else can use equation of a circle. There we go. Okay, this person uses equation of a circle. Thank you. This is how I would do it. Okay, well they're doing like some weird ass use of, but okay, we're good. Yes, this is it. They actually go through and they do the limit. They actually do the integral. Okay, I like this person better. I don't know why. I think this person's wrong. I don't think you can use a triangle with a circle. I don't think you're allowed to do that, per se. Right. This looks like a more general formula we had. They go from negative 0.25 to 0, and they put a negative y in there, and then yeah, this is okay. Okay. Cool. Okay, we're correct. This is fine.
Okay.
It happens in Chegg. Like sometimes one person's right, one person's wrong, and like you have to kind of like just trust your gut with like who you think the right person is. I think I'm right, so I'm wrong sometimes, but good question, Bob.
Thank you. Can you put the PDF?
Of course, I will. I'll get it for you, dude. Here, and you know what? I'll give you here. I'll give you my solution, and then I'll also give you the Chegg. Do you have Chegg, by the way?
No, I know.
Oh, you should, dude. What? Like, especially for this last month, it costs like $15. I'll buy it for you, dude. Like, what? Dude, it's so useful. Actually, I wonder if you can do like gift subscriptions with Chegg. That would be a cool thing. Yeah. Anyways, okay. Bob. Yeah, it's super handy. I use it all the time when teaching, just because I like to see how other people do things, and then I can kind of like take my own take on like what I think is correct. There you go. That's also their solution. Yeah. Also, yeah, if you ever Google something and you see it's on Chegg, just send me a DM and I'll just take a screenshot for you and just send it to you.
Okay.
That's probably the easier thing. Because I don't
Yeah.
think they do gift. Can you buy Chegg gift cards? Buy Chegg gift cards. If I could, I would. The only thing, I can't give you my credit card because then they just keep billing it. Does Chegg have gift cards? No. Looks like they don't. Okay. Well, maybe no. I don't see it. Wait. Chegg, if you're watching, y'all should sell gift cards. Yeah. Because I would totally buy it. For kids. Yeah. I think it's useful. I'll drop a physics question. Yes, please do. Okay, cool. All right.
All right,
Nice.
thank you.
You're welcome, Bob. Yeah, feel free. Yeah, with your final coming up, just please send me as many of these hard ones so we can go through them for you. Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Good luck, dude. What's good? Oh,
Thank
what's
you.
up, dude? Yeah, good to see you. Equity. Oh no, my camera fell again. I think that's gonna be wrong. Okay, that's okay. So I need to set this up. I need to just buy a Visa gift card. Nah, I don't like doing those. No, those are scammy. I've bought Visa gift cards for kids in the past, and then it just ends up being a fucking mess. Like, hello, can't hear, and Twitch isn't working for me. Oh no, I'm sorry, Mystic. But he says he's here. Maybe I should get like live captions. They do have that, right? They have like live captions. Helped Paul Shakar lay concrete and scrape paint over the floor. Wow. Nice, Falcon. Yo, if you have any like pictures of what you're doing at work, like please feel free to post them. I'd love to see what you're doing. It's cool. Equity says, what happened in the past? I don't know. Kids just say like the gift card doesn't work or something, and then they make me buy them another one, and I'm just like, no, I'm done. Like, I can't trust anyone anymore, so I just get people like gift cards from like GameStop. I know they work, and like if some kid says it doesn't work for me, I'm like, too bad, because it works for everybody else. But Visa gift cards get weird, especially when you guys are underage and stuff. I don't know. It's a whole mess. Yeah. Also, you can use a Visa gift card for anything, and I'd rather you not be able to do that. Because, yeah, then some kid's going to, like, use their Visa gift card to, I don't know, like, buy, like, beer or something, and I'm going to get in trouble. So, if I make it V-Bucks, you can't buy anything illegal. Yeah. Anyways. Taco Cat. Wow, hydraulic actuator. Taco Cat, where do you get these questions from, dog? Excuse me? But you need ID, though? Yeah, but there are ways to circumvent that. We all love drugs. Oh, no. Don't say that, please. All right, here, Mystic. Let's help you out. Let's see when Taco Cat gets here. Yeah, Falcon, yeah, post me some pictures. Tag me somewhere. Okay. Use the following function rule to find f of 20. Which days I have not said yet. No, it'll probably be later this week though. I have to go through all the submissions today and tomorrow. Yeah, don't worry. I got y'all submissions. You're good. We'll do them by the end of the week. Where's Mystic? So Mystic, can you not like you can't hear me at all, dude? Makes it kind of hard for me to teach you if you can't hear me. You know. I'm not like Helen Keller or something. That is not a drug. That is a necessity. I love caffeine. Caffeine is good. Caffeine is a drug, though. Meh, no drugs, yeah. I don't even like medicine. Yeah, I agree. Like, you know, I think we rely too heavily on medicine. I DM'd Owl a few days ago, but he didn't respond. Is he busy? He is probably busy. So he did help out one person. I'll bug him. I'll bug him. He said he wanted to do this challenge, so he should be doing it. Yeah, don't worry. I'll make sure. Yeah, I'll talk to Al. He is busy. He does a lot of work. That is not a drug, it's a necessity, yeah. Okay. I don't see Mystic. Okay. So, here, we'll do yours, Equity. I don't do anything illegal save maybe caffeine. Is caffeine illegal? I know it's haram in like some religions or something. I don't know. But yeah, your turn, Equity. Here we go. All right. Antonio parks his bike in a parking lot of a mountain biking area and then bikes 1.4 along a level trail in a direction 20 degrees east of north. He then turns right through an angle of 140 degrees and rides up a sloping trail with an angle of elevation of 15 degrees. When he reaches the top of the hill, his odometer indicates that he's come another 1.2 kilometers. He knows that there's a path sloping downwards directly back to the parking lot. He takes his path, returning to his car. Determine the total distance that he rode his bike to the nearest tenth of a kilometer. Jesus Christ, there's a lot of words on this one. They went word heavy today. Okay. Along a level trail in a direction east of north. He then turns right through an angle. Oh, so this is like a 3D problem. It's kind of interesting. Okay. So, yeah, let's try to... We got to represent this... Yeah, I wouldn't even do this question. Yeah, I probably wouldn't either, honestly. It's okay. Yeah, this is gonna be. We got to do this. We got to use 3D vectors. That's what we have to do. So I'm gonna call this like north. This is going to be east, right? Which means right. This is gonna be south. And then this is gonna be west. Okay. And then this is like the there's too much brain fuck. Yeah. Thank you, Noise. Thank you for dropping the question. Okay. All right. So he bikes 1.4 kilometers in a direction 20 degrees east of north. Okay. So this is the first part he does here. So he does this. So this is 20 degrees, and he travels 1.4 kilometers in this direction. Okay, cool. He then turns right through an angle of 140 degrees. Okay. So we got like a new coordinate system for this dude, right? So now this is this. This is so funny. I think it's like this. Yeah. Yeah, well, some people are visual learners. Some people can do this in their head. I can't. I need to see this. Because if he's doing 140 degrees, so that's going to be like, man, what is that? That's going to be like this much, right? 140 degrees. And rides up a sloping hill with an angle of elevation of 15 degrees. So now he's coming like up, because then this also has an angle of elevation of 15 degrees. Wow. And he reaches the top of the hill. And then, okay, and we say that this is 1.2 kilometers as well. Okay, so now he's like up like some amount. He knows that there's a path sloping directly back down to the parking lot. Determine the total distance he rode his bike to the nearest tenth of a kilometer. Okay. And so then eventually he does this. He just comes right back. Yeah. So, okay, does this kind of make sense? It's weird because this is a 3D question. So we have to represent everything in terms of like three-dimensional vectors is how we have to do this. So this is, 0, 0, 0. So then let's try to figure out what it would be to get to here, right? So in terms of x, right, he's going to travel 1.4 sine of 20 degrees. So here, so x is again this direction, right? This is y. So this is what we can say. We say like x, y, z, right? So I want to know the x component he travels. One sec, calculator. Nice. Okay, cool. That is going to be, where's my calculator? Okay. So that's going to be 1.4 sine of 20 degrees. Okay. Are we in degree mode? We are. Okay, cool. I know, right? Yeah, oh my god, yes. This is 0.479. And then it's going to be 1.4 cosine of 20 to get the y component. So that's going to be 1.32. And then he hasn't changed any elevation, right? Because see how he said he was on a level trail. So the amount he changes in the z direction is 0. Okay. So that's the vector form of his movement in the first part. Okay. All right. Now things get a little tricky, all right? Because now we rotate, so we're moving in the x and y plane, but then we're also going up in terms of elevation as well. Okay, let me think. Okay, well, we can first get the y, this component, the component he goes up, that's easy. I'm going to have to think about the x and y. So the amount he goes up, right, that's just going to be 1.2 sine of 15. So 1.2 sine of 15. That's going to be 0.31. Okay. But now, yeah, this is confusing. Like how much is he moving in X and Y? Okay. So we have to take the amount of this that is strictly in this plane, which is going to be 1.2 cosine of 15. So 1.2 cosine of 15 degrees, this gives me the distance in the xy plane. Okay, and then, okay, so if he was going 20 degrees and then he goes an extra 140, that means he's gone a net total of 160. Okay, so this is akin to being here and going 160 degrees. Okay, which means he's equivalent. He's basically done 20 degrees in this direction. Okay. Okay, and then I know that this magnitude is 1.2 cosine of 15 degrees. The reason why that is because, let's kind of like just draw our thing here, right? So if I know I've gone up, right, 1.2, and in this amount of like 15 degrees, okay, then the amount of this 1.2 that is in this plane is going to be 1.2 cosine of 15 degrees. Okay, so that's like the length, that's like the shadow of this in this plane. But then I need to know like this angle to know how much of that is in X and how much of that is in Y. So, I mean, really what we're doing this, we're almost kind of doing this in like spherical coordinates. It's kind of interesting. Okay, so once that's in that plane, then my X component is going to be sine of 15. Okay, this is cool. So this component, this is going to be sine of 20 degrees. And then this component is going to be negative cosine of 20 degrees because it's down. We're going south. Okay. So, hello, goodbye, Teacup. Why is it so quick with the hello, goodbye? You just come in to say hi and then you leave? Why? You can stick around, Teacup. It's okay. Okay. Okay, so this component... Oh, man, this moved. I was not supposed to do that. Okay. This component right here is going to be 1.2 cosine of 15 degrees times the cosine of 20 degrees. That's what it's going to be in terms of the y plane. Okay, so let's see what that is. So 1.2 cosine of 15 cosine of 20. And that's going to be negative 1.09. Let's say it's negative 1.09. Okay. And then this component is going to be 1.2 cosine of 15 degrees sine of 20 degrees. Okay. So if we do this one. Oh, thank you for the follow, Lindsay. It's nice. Sine of 20, that's going to get me 0.396. Okay, good. All right. Now we're done. Okay, now what we've done is we've expressed his first movement in terms of a 3D vector, and we've expressed his second movement as a 3D vector. So if I want to get like the resultant, I just, I think I add this one to this one, and then we just calculate the magnitude of it. Yeah. It's kind of the same thing when you're doing this with vectors, right? If you have this vector and you add this vector, you get this. This is the resultant vector. Not the dot product. We're just going to add them. The dot product would multiply the components noise and then add all the components together. Yeah, you're okay. So if I do this plus the pink vector, that gets me my resultant vector, okay, which is the purple one. So that's going to be equal to... yeah, what is that? Seems abnormally high, though. Oh, I guess he didn't really move much in that direction. That's okay. Okay, so it's this plus 0.479, okay, equals that. Okay, so that's 0.875. And then this one is 1.32 minus 1.09. I blame the booze. Dude, what? It's Monday night, dude. What are you drinking on Monday for, dude? I mean, I wanted to talk because I will have a beer later tonight, but that's after my run club. So, like, that's, like, to me acceptable because I at least went running first. Okay, there we go. All right. This is our our resultant vector. And now I just need to get the magnitude of this. So, the magnitude of a 3D vector is the same as the magnitude of a 2D vector, same as the magnitude of, like, the hypotenuse of something. You just need to just square root and add them all up. Wow, 5 stream streak. Good job. Good job, Nick, dude. Nick, aren't you supposed to be studying for some test or something? Am I going to help you study for that test? Oh, you did the test? Then what are you doing? What else do you need help with? Wait, where's the 0.31 we had? This one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, what were you studying for on Saturday to Sunday? You said you couldn't. You said you were so busy with work. I'm just confused. Like, what were you doing then? it's me still. From memory loss. Oh yeah, that will happen. You're okay, dude. You're okay, brother. I've had that. Yeah. Okay, cool. So we get this. We get the answer is equal to 0.957. Okay. So then they asked, determine the total distance that he rode on his bike. Okay, so it's this plus 1.4 plus 1.2 plus 2.6. Okay. So the answer should be 3.56 kilometers. That should be the final answer. All right, well, Equity says, Gold, I'm pretty sure you just need to find the distance, so add up all the sides. You don't need to find the different planes. Well, no, because the total the reason why I did need to find this one is because he goes back. See how it says he goes straight back, right? He says he there's a path sloping straight directly back to his parking lot. That's this. So I did have to find that. What are vectors? Vectors are this. Vectors is like they have a magnitude and a direction. So it's basically like it's pointing in a place. So there's like a length and then there's a direction. And then it's a way to like add up a bunch of directions together. Wait, did you have to do this in class without knowing what vectors are? I don't think you can do this without vectors. Unless someone else knows a way that you can do this without vectors. And even more so, this is even trickier because we're doing 3D vectors in like spherical coordinates. You didn't do it that way? Show me how you did it. It's probably wrong. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong. Yay, you got Twitch working. Good job, Mystic. Good job, Mystic. Yeah, you can't do this without vectors. You have to. Oh, my answer is right? What? Yeah, cool. 3.55. But yeah, but how did they do it without vectors? Show me. I'm pretty sure you have to do it this way. Because you have movement in 3 dimensions. You have movement in the XY plane. That's north and east, right? But then you also have elevation. Just forming triangles. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that's kind of what we did here. We kind of did that. We kind of did just, like, form some triangles. But, yeah. I mean, that is what vector addition becomes, Equity. Like, adding vectors is just adding triangles. Yeah. It's another way to represent them. It just makes, konnichiwa. What's up, Mystic? It says you're watching without audio, though, so I'm confused. I mean, yeah. Do you see this, Equity? Like, I made a triangle here, right? And I made another triangle here. And then technically there was, like an up-down triangle here. Like, this was a triangle as well. But then I feel like to figure out this last triangle, you kind of have to do the components. Yeah. Yes, Mystic, we're doing math. Okay. Yes. Yeah, I'm curious if you want to send like how they did it with just triangles. It's just, I mean, I feel like vectors is the better way to do it. Especially like we were using like, for instance, we were using a spherical coordinate system basically. Yeah, this where what is it? It's like x equals. Where do they? Man, they do this all. This is what it is. Sine theta, cosine phi, sine theta, sine phi. Yeah. Pretty normal for some people to kind of cheat and do some things first, but it's a progression and taught in certain order to save you from confusion. Yeah, you have to create a lot of right triangles for this, though, dude. Oh, sorry. The ticker I have on is on golden hour. Don't need that one. There we go. Yeah, send me the answer how they did it, and I'll show you how it's basically the same thing. But yeah, this is exactly why vectors are used. Like vectors are used for this precise reason of like adding directions and coordinates and headings and stuff. This is the whole reason we use vectors. Because it gets kind of hard to keep track of all the triangles. Because yeah, I mean there is if you want me to like to write out like what the triangles were, right? The triangle was this one. So there was this triangle where this was 20 degrees and then this was 1.4. And then this was going to be this is east and then this is north. And then you had this triangle, which was kind of weird. So you had, first off, you had this. So you had 1.2, and this was like the elevation. And then this was 15 degrees. And then this ended up being 1.2 cosine of 15 degrees. And this was like the X, Y movement. Which then you had another triangle, which was like this. So in the XY plane, you had this being 1.2 cosine of 15 degrees, and then you had this being 20 degrees. Dr. Gold looks at it and sees it this way. You can't really control your brain. Yes, Uller. That's correct. Well, I mean, I've seen everything. Why is it in the quadrant 1-4? Sorry. Why is it in the quadrant 1? 1.4? Sorry, what are you saying? What do you mean 1.4? Oh, why? Oh, you mean arc sine. Why is arc sine only in arc sine? Yes. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, well that's a great question. It's because like it has to be defined as like a function, right? So, for something to be a function, you need 1x. You need x to only correspond to one y value. Okay? So, for instance, this is kind of like why we had the vertical line test, right? So, if you had something like this, right? Do you see how, for instance, if like x was equal to 3, right? This is not a function because y could equal this or y could equal this. So that doesn't really work, right? So when we look at arc sine, so I'm going to say so like sine -1 of like a number is equal to theta, right? That means for like certain numbers I put in here, I have to only get one angle, okay? This is the same thing as saying sine of what angle gives me the number, okay? So, and let's remember, right? Sine can go anywhere from -1 to 1, right? The result of this, right? So this number could be anything from -1 to 1. So, and then remember also that sine is equal to the opposite over the hypotenuse, right? Hypotenuse is always positive, okay? So, -1 to 1 means, okay, so if for instance, we're looking here at various angles, right? My opposite can either be positive or my opposite can be negative, okay? Let's say, for instance, that arcsine was defined in these quadrants. Let's say it was defined in quadrants 1 and 2. This is where this becomes a problem, okay? Because let's say, for instance, you're taking the sine to -1 of square root of 2 over 2, okay? And you want that to only give you one value out. Like, if I put a number in here, I should only get one possible value, all right? The problem is, if arcsine was allowed to give you values in quadrant 1 and quadrant 2, then technically both of these would work. So 45 degrees would work, and 135 degrees would also work, because both of these would get you square root of 2 over 2. As like, if you put square root of 2 over 2, and you're saying the sine of what angle gets me square root of 2 over 2, you're like, oh, 45 degrees does, and 135 degrees. So that violates it being a function, because now, right, square root of 2 over 2 would be 45 degrees or 135 degrees. Now, when you're doing the ambiguous case with law of sines, you do need to consider both of these, okay? But if you're looking at just a straight arcsine, just doing it, this one is not there. They only define it to go from -90 to 90. Okay? So, I mean, that's why. So, arcsine is only defined in these quadrants, right? Because given if the opposite was positive, there's only one place that can happen. It's in this quadrant. And if given the opposite is negative, there's only this quadrant that can happen. It could technically happen in this one, but we said it's not defined there. And we also said it's not defined there. So that's why they do it. Yeah, cosine, for the same reason, arc cosine is only defined in quadrants 1 and 2. Because remember that cosine is equal to the adjacent over hypotenuse, okay? So if my adjacent is positive, right, that could technically be an angle here, or it could be an angle here, right? But arc cosine is not defined here. So it has to be this one. And the same thing, right? If I'm taking the arc cosine of a negative number, that could technically be here or here. But we said it's not defined in this quadrant. So nope. So it's only in this one. So that's why arc cosine will only give you these values, and then arc sine will only give you these values. And then I think arc tangent's defined in these two as well. I forget. Back, not bake. Yeah. It's a convention, is what it is. You learn this in pre-calc. Well, you're supposed to learn this in pre-calc. I feel like they try to teach this to you in pre-calc, but it doesn't make sense for like 5 years. Like, I learned this technically in pre-calc, but this only made sense to me once I started teaching it like in grad school. Then I was like, oh, that's why arc sine is only defined here. Or that's why, I mean, that's what like an arc sine is. Yeah. Again, you should watch the TikTok I have on it. That is this one. So I know you probably already know law. Maybe you don't know law of sines yet. Where is it? No, there you go. Okay. But in this video, towards the end of it, I go into why the ambiguous case exists and why it's because arc sine is only defined in quadrants 1 and 4. TikTok getting banned in 9 to 12 months? I don't think it will. But, well, go check the video out while it's there, Fortunately, I had a good teacher. There you go. Yeah, so that's it. Can I not skip ahead in my videos? This is so dumb. Whatever. If you have the app, you can skip around. But, like, skip towards the end. Actually, I think I do that in the third part of my YouTube one. Where is it? It's this. Yeah, this is it. So, this is me going into, like, why is my audio not working? Excuse me. Yeah, it should be working. It's just YouTube not working? Fuck. Let's see. Does this work? Yeah, that works. Okay, what, shorts just don't work?
Of its opposite
there we go.
over hypotenuse equal to 0.79.
Okay, there's my
And since
okay.
the hypotenuse is 1,
Anyways, this video will kind of show you that, like,
from our first calculation,
arc sine will only give you this one in this quadrant,
which is in quadrant 1.
but
However,
there's another angle where the arc sine of 0.79 technically would also give you 52 degrees. And it's over here, which is 180 minus 52.
180 minus 52 degrees, which gives us the correct answer.
So this is why you have to check the 180 minus when you're doing the ambiguous case.
will only give you angles in quadrants 1 and 4.
So-
luckily, arc cosine.
Yeah. Go watch the videos. You can skip shorts to the end. Yeah, I think you can on TikTok too. But yeah. Okay, good. Good question. Okay. Yeah, let me move. Let's move mosey along on. Ooh, we got lots of fun questions. Okay. Just because it's late for Noise, I'm gonna try to do Noises first because he's a sleepy boy. Sleepy boy Noise. What time is it in England? Yeah, it's midnight. Okay, here, let's do your question. It's midnight. All things lead to unit circle. Beautiful trick. I agree, Uller. Yeah. I used to be scared of the unit circle. And then, I don't know, I started... It is actually pretty cool. Okay. All right, noise. Let's do your question. Okay, so 2 blocks, masses A and B, a 2M are attached to light string. Yes, call him Sherlock. You know where to post them. You've done it before, dog. Okay. Initially, inclined plane where tangent of alpha is equal to that. The string passes over a pulley. The part of the string from A to P is parallel. Okay, what are they just... Why are they putting all these words? Okay, here we go. This is what I want to know. Okay. Coefficient of friction. So this is going to be... I guess this is mu k. The blocks are released from rest, and then this is going to start moving. Okay. The blocks are labeled as particles, and the string is modeled as being inextensible. This is British speak for just rigid, I guess. Like, not non-compressible. Wow. I got Windex and column shock back, dude. Okay. Show that tension is that. Okay, cool. So force diagrams, right? So if this one is 3M, this is going to have 3mg pulling down, and then it's going to have tension pulling it up. And then for this one, you have 2mg pulling down. We're going to have some normal force pulling up. And then we're also going to have a force of friction, right? So, right. This is alpha. So this is going to be, what is that? 2mg cosine of alpha. And then this is going to be 2mg sine of alpha. So then the normal force is also going to be 2mg cosine of alpha. I assume this all makes sense so far to you. Yeah, Noise? You let me know, Noise, if it doesn't. I'm pretty sure Noise has got it. Here, let me tag him. Noise, baby. Yeah, okay, cool. All right. So,
Who got baby voice? Thank you, Index. Appreciate the baby voice. Okay, so looking at the sum of forces, let's just say look in this direction, right? So I have, and I'm going to define this as like positive movement. So 3mg minus t is equal to 3ma, okay? So sum of the forces equal to mass and acceleration. And then for this block, we have tension minus 2mg
sine alpha minus the force of friction has to equal 2ma. Okay, cool. And then the force of friction, that's equal to mu k Fn, which is equal to mu k times 2mg cosine alpha. Wow. Thank you, Calm Shock, for redeeming all the things I have in my Twitch. I do need water. Okay. I did hydrate. I just did, dude. Yeah. Okay, and then mu k, right, is 2/3. Oh, very cool. Okay, and then they tell us, oh, this is fun. They tell me that tangent of alpha is equal to 5/12. It's kind of useful, right? So that means opposite over adjacent, right, is 5/12, which means this is 13. This is a 5, 12, 13 triangle Noise, so it's a handy one to know. I assume you don't get a calculator for this. Okay. So that tells me some cool things. So, right, sine of alpha is opposite over hypotenuse. That's 5/13. And then cosine of alpha, which is another thing we're going to need, is equal to 12/13. Well, you don't need a calculator here. I'm showing you how you don't need one, actually. Okay, so now we have equation 1, we have equation 2. So if I add equation 1 plus equation 2, tensions are going to cancel out, right? So I get 3mg minus 2mg. Sine of alpha was 5 over 13, right? Oh, they want me to solve for t, though. I think I'm going to solve for alpha first. And then I'm going to solve, well... Yeah, let me just solve for alpha first, and then I'll get it. Yeah. Okay. Minus t 2mg 5 over 13. Cool. And then minus 2/3 2mg, and then cosine is 12 over 13. Cool. And then this is all equal to 5ma. Okay. So the cool thing here is like a bunch of m's cancel out, right? Look at all the m's going away. Goodbye m. We don't need that one. Don't need that one. Don't need that one. Don't need that one. And hopefully it's just a bunch of nice things. So I get 3g minus 10 over 13g minus... So what is that? 48 over 39g? Yeah. Is equal to 5a. Not very nice numbers. So what is that? So my common denominator is... Oh, my common denominator is 39. No. Okay, this actually splits, right? 39 divided by 3 is 13. 48 divided by 3 is 16. So that's 16 over 13. Oh, that's kind of nice. Yeah, okay, 16 over 13. Okay, so now we just got to make this. So this is going to be 39 over 13, right? Yeah, okay, cool. So 39 minus 10, so minus 26. Oh, wow, it's 13. So you get 13 over 13g is equal to 5a. So a just equals g over 5. That's very pretty. Yeah, okay, because then look, when I put this into here, right? So I have 3mg minus t is equal to 3m. And then what was a? A was g over 5. So it's 3/5 mg. Someone just had to use, yeah, tangent of x is 5 over 12. I love it, dude. I was just like, you don't need a calculator for this now, because then it's the beautiful 5, 12, 13. Yeah, nice. Good to see you, Zach. Yeah, shout out to Zach. Zach's a... If you missed it, I told you guys, we had an awesome AMA on Friday. It was super awesome. We went over so much cool stuff. But, yeah, go give Zach a follow. He's an awesome dude. And I showed them earlier where the VOD is for the recording. I hope your wife got to watch a little bit of it or something. There's probably some funny bits there for her. Okay, look at this. So watch this, Noise, right? This goes over, this comes over. So I get t is equal to 12 over 5 mg, which is the right answer. Wow, that's super cool. Yeah, they use a lot of really nice things here, dude. This is pretty. This is very pretty math. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. It wasn't that bad. Yeah. It says after B reaches the ground, A continues to move up the plane until it comes to rest before reaching P. Remain at rest. Determine whether A will remain at rest, carefully justifying your answer. I mean, that depends on the coefficient of static friction, though, which we're not given. We're just given the coefficient of kinetic friction, right? Yeah. It's not possible to know where the VOD is. Zach Skywalker. No. I need to start finding questions I can't actually do before I ask them. Yeah, it's okay. Well, so that's interesting because if it remains at rest, right, that tells me I have to know the coefficient of static friction, which I guess is always bigger than the coefficient of kinetic friction. So if this is already enough to keep it stuck, then I can assume that static will keep it stuck too. So I think that's what you can check. So what you want to know is, does 2mg cosine of alpha, right? Because, wait, 2mg cosine alpha times mu, which was what? Which was 2/3. I want to know, does this beat out the 2mg sine theta that's trying to pull it down? Okay. So let's remember, cosine was what? Cosine was 12/13. And then sine was 5/13. Well, what do you mean? Well, at rest, I do have to worry about friction, because friction's the only thing keeping it from falling back down. Yeah, we'll watch. So this goes away. Cool. This goes away. So is 24/39 bigger than 5/39? Or 5/13, which is 15/39? So yes. So it will stay stuck. Technically, again, I would want to know what the coefficient of static friction is, but static friction is almost always, I think, is always greater than kinetic friction. So if kinetic friction would already hold it, then static friction definitely would. I think that's the argument we make. Yeah, and that's all I'm doing. I'm just seeing if, like, so if the force of gravity that's pulling me down is bigger or is smaller than the force of friction that can, like, keep me up, then I'm not going to move anywhere. That's how that works. That's a cool question. Interesting. Equity, that's how they did the solution? Yeah, that's really weird. So, Zach, we were looking earlier at this question. Yeah, you're welcome. Who was this? This was to Noise. Yep. So, it was something about, like, something going, yeah, east, north, and then doing something, and then going up. Yeah, so I did it in terms of 3D vectors, right? But the student told me that for their solutions, and I'm going to show you their solutions, they ended up, like, just building a bunch of triangles, which, yeah, is basically what a vector is, right? A 3D vector is a bunch of triangles. But, yeah, they did one, yeah, at the ground level, and then they did at the side view, and then, like, this to me is, like, a really confusing way to do it. Yeah. Because then, like, they're finding the projection of the elevation that's in the XY plane and then making another one. Yeah, the decomposition to me, like, yeah, this, like, I would get confused at, like, which triangle is which. Whereas, you know, if I'm just breaking it into components, it's more realistic, I think. But, yeah. Equity, your teacher's solution is not wrong. It's just, I would find it a little hard to understand. Just from, you know, this is 20 degrees, then this is this. I guess I see it, because they're saying, okay, in the XY plane, this is your movement, find Z. And then they're saying, in the elevation plane, right, yeah, okay. This is that. Yeah, that's how it works. Yeah, it works. It works. It still works. It's just, I find it harder to explain it that way. I think the way that I explain it, vectors is the better way to do it. You will learn vectors. They're teaching you, like, the hard way first before they show you the easy way. It's the same way with, like, the limit definition of a derivative. Like, you learn this really complicated way to do a derivative, and then they're like, oh, but wait a minute, there's just the power rule. You're like, okay, why did I learn it the hard way first? Anyways, good question, Noise. Okay, what's up? Where's Obama? Obama, do you want help? Where's Obama? Looks like Obama's also doing vectors. Y'all are all doing vectors. Maybe I should make a TikTok on vectors. Yeah. Yeah, you're all doing vectors. Yeah, that's cool. Normal for hard answer to see as a percent rather than correct answer you get. Yes. I need a little bit of an English clarification on that one, Oler. You made the TikTok on the ambiguous case. I did because I kept seeing everyone was getting the ambiguous case on law of signs, and I was like, okay, let me just make a TikTok on this because everyone keeps getting it. But I guess everyone is now doing vectors, so I should probably make a vector TikTok. It's kind of a cool model because there are always students coming in every year to learn the same thing again. Like you never run out of students because every year there's another graduating class or whatever that has to come in and learn this. And so it's cool to like release content and also everywhere in the United States tends to work on the same topics around the same time. So do I remake the videos? I don't because I have so many other backlogs of videos I need to make that I haven't remade other videos, but I might. You're right that's probably a good strategy that once I run out of topics, which there's unlimited topics in math, but maybe they're like some really popular ones that would benefit from me remaking them now that I have like more knowledge in how to animate things. Because I mean, if you look at my intro videos, right, my first videos, this is how I used to like do TikTok. So I was like literally doing the pen thing and like I'm moving it around, and this was a real pain this is no animation. This is just me like screen recording what I'm doing, right? So it's kind of like choppy compared to, when I do stuff now, right? We have nice equations and things, and so I can do things like this. So maybe I'll remake it. Gold with the dyed hair. Yeah, my hair's gone through a lot of colors. I actually had that in here. If we go to like, I put it in my thesis. It's kind of a funny thing. It's in my like my acknowledgments. Where's the acknowledgments? Everyone gets to do this in a thesis. This is cool. I talk about my physics advisor. I said I would like to thank my advisor Troy Carter for being the best physics dad one could ask for. I'm very lucky to find such an inspiring and knowledgeable advisor who can foster my growth as an experimental plasma physicist while I also experimented with different colors of hair dye. Because I did. My hair changed a lot of colors through grad school. Yeah. I don't know. My advisor saw me coming in like first year grad school, like very nerdy, very kind of like not so crazy, geo. And then as I started living in LA longer and longer, like things started getting a little bit more ridiculous. So I started like dyeing my hair or shaving my hair or doing all sorts of weird things. And I can only imagine what my advisor was thinking as like I started progressing to becoming more of like, and then like the gold thing started and he was probably like, okay, what's going on with this now? Were you just being nice to get degrees? I wasn't being no. You talking about like my acknowledgments in my thesis thing here? Yeah, no. This is real. Like, no, this comes from the heart. Like I didn't have to write this shit to get a PhD. I wrote this shit because I wanted to write this shit. Yeah. It's a cool part of your PhD is being able to like go back and, thank people. I got to thank my administrator for somehow tolerating all my antics while still making sure I got paid enough money for rent. Because she like took care of the money, and I was like, thank you, because I was quite ridiculous, but she still managed to, make sure I got. I thank all my other grad students who helped me through, my family, and then my girlfriend at the time was very supportive. So yeah. You just thank people. It's cool. It's like the part of the thesis that no one really tells you what you can or can't put in there, so you can just do whatever you want. Yeah, I was brutal and truthful. Yeah, I was very. Yeah, I didn't sugarcoat anything. That's real. Yeah. What happened to my girlfriend? Oh, that's a long story for another time. She's not my girlfriend anymore, so it's okay. Where's Obama? Dude, Obama, I need to do your question. Or Taco Cat. Where's Taco Cat?
Yes, baby voice is back! So Zach, you get to see what my baby voice sounds like here. Yeah. It would be fun if I could find a way to route it so that it goes through to the whoever else is on my Discord call. I'd have to figure out the audio routing. Okay, if Obama's not here, maybe Taco Cat's here. We'll do Taco Cat. Oh, Taco Cat says I'm here. Okay, Taco. So, yeah, okay, Taco Cat, you originally asked
this, which I commend you for finding something cool that you want to learn about. what was it? Women are not subjects to logic. I mean, that's a little bit of a strong blanket statement. I do think there are differences in how the genders process things. I mean, yes, that's true. Women tend to be more empathetic, more emotionally logical, or emotionally intelligent, I guess. Whereas, yeah, men just kind of like just be like, oh, let's just get it done. But you have to be a little bit. You have to have a little bit more emotional intelligence to actually get things done. You can't just do things. That doesn't work. Normal, complicated, yeah, I don't know. All right. So this is what Taco Cat originally asked, which is a great engineering question. Because so Taco Cat, where do you get these? Because this is I don't even know this. Dude, rods maximum to avoid buckling, like yeah, this is all engineering stuff. We're using like Young's modulus and stress and strain and don't worry, you don't need to do this stuff yet. I don't find some question. Okay, why don't we like give you a guide of things? Like again, you can just Google things randomly, but you're gonna end up getting like really complicated questions that aren't really gonna teach you much. So, let's give you like some structure. Like, what did I teach you last time? I feel like I taught you like particle motion or something, right? Oh, this. Yeah, remember we did this? No, I don't think we did pressure. We did this. We did like throwing a ball off of a building and seeing how far it went. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, cool. All right, so let's do another one. And you know, I'm actually gonna borrow from one of my TikToks so that you can watch the TikTok later on how this works. So bum. Where is it? The one I did, it was this it? Yes, this is it. Where can I like, I want to like not see this. Yeah. This is what we want. This is the question. It's a really good one. They do this all the time. So, yeah, we're going to go through it. How to do this one. But then if you want to see the video explanation with all the cool little animations and things on how to do this, that's going to be here. I want you all to check that. Cool. All right, so let's do it. All right, we say a ball is hit at 45 meters per second at 16 degrees. If the fence is 2 meters tall and 100 meters away, does the ball make it over the fence? Okay. So it's always good to like kind of like draw a picture here, right? So 16 degrees. .45 meters per second. And the fence, I don't mean to disparage women at all, they just confuse me. Yeah. Speaking to the choir, dog. What? Yeah, dude, women are incredibly confusing. I think. I don't think they need to be, but yeah. No, that's totally natural, man. Believe me, it's a frustration I have a lot recently. I don't understand sometimes. I don't know. And I'm like 34. and I have 5 sisters, so you would think I'd be pretty knowledgeable about like how like women think and stuff, but I don't know. Something with like just how the world is going today, dude, like nothing makes sense anymore. So, and it's probably not even just women, just like nothing in general makes sense. So, yeah, okay. Here we go. This is, yes, life. I think life is just very confusing right now, Uller. I think that is a totally normal thing to be experiencing, given all the crazy shit that happens in the world. Okay, so this is what we want to know, Taco. I want to know if I hit a ball, right, at a certain angle and with a certain speed. So it's going to do something like this, and we want to know, does it hit the fence or does it go over the fence? There you are, Obama. I've been looking for you, dog. Where you been, dude?
Bro, it's because my Wi-Fi. It just like randomly went off.
Oh no. Okay. All right. I'll do your question next. Let me just. I'm finishing up a question with Taco.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, cool. All right, I'll get you. All right. Okay. So what we have to do, Taco Cat, in these types of situations, is we always have to like break up this velocity into two different. So when things are moving in two directions, so things are moving left, right, and up, down, I need to break up the movement also into just left, right, and just up, down, which means I need to break up the velocity into just up, down, and just left, right. So what we end up doing that is doing what's called breaking things into components. And now this is, for you, Equity, this is vectors. These are vectors is what these are. Okay? So what's happening is this is an arrow that points in two directions, which is a vector. And I want it to be broken up into two separate vectors that only point in one direction. Okay? Sun's out, guns out. Yeah. This is a new I made some new designs for my I'll show you for my running club. One sec. Let me pull it up. The ball is being hit from the ground. You're right, Jeff, that like technically so it's like it's a golf ball. Yeah. Don't mind the person or something, yeah. Yeah, it's a golf ball. I was trying to show someone. Oh yeah. So so she can yeah. I've been making some new shirts. This is the newest design I'm doing. It's like kind of like the Nike logo, but it says math. And then I did another one for what was it? For my running group, which was this. So this is for my it's kind of like the Grand Theft Auto like logo. Is what it is. Yeah. So this one's pretty cool. And then yeah, this one I'm gonna start selling this one actually on the storefront. It'll be like a fundraiser shirt for you guys. So if people want it, I'll sell it, and then whatever we'll just take whatever the profits are and buy you guys more gift cards with it or something. Yeah, I like art. Art's cool. I'm a big graphic design guy. Yeah. Sweet designs, thanks, man. Yeah. Falcon says, will they tell us what's wrong? Yeah, communication. Isn't the Nike symbol copyrighted? It is. But there is a thing called parody law. So, parody law. But it's backwards, yes. So, parody is protected by the First Amendment, so you can kind of do it to... And also, like, if Nike really wants to sue me, they're suing, like, an education, like, thing. Like, what? It doesn't look good for them, right? You know? So, yeah, the one I used is backwards. I flipped it, and then I changed the text. So, it's kind of like making fun of it. You're allowed to, like, do that. I do this actually a lot with a lot of my... I'm a big fan. They're called homages, is what they're called. And I love doing, like this kind of is kind of like the box logo, right? We know from like Supreme. This is kind of like the Palace logo, which is another skate company. This is kind of a take on Breaking Bad. So audiophile. So AU is gold, and then 79 is the element. Yeah, you like the North Face one? Yeah, the North Face one is fun too. Yeah, I did that. Where was that? That was. Where did I do that one? Yeah, this one, the North Face. Yeah, the North Face is another fun one I did. Yeah. Top. Oh, and then this. So this is originally where I came up with the math logo. I did this for Andrew Yang when I was helping campaign for his presidential primary stuff. Yeah, so this is a bunch of different ones. So this is Starbucks, right? So his whole motto is humanity first. I really liked his political programs. He was really about like the people and stuff. So yeah, Starbucks, right? Yang Gang is North Face. The math logo is Nike. Freedom Dividend. This is Thrasher magazine. I don't know if you guys know that. It's another skate brand. Yeah, so this is like one sec. Andrew Yang was really cool. Yeah, I feel like he sold out towards the end, but yeah, he was cool while he was there. But yeah, so this is a parody of the Thrasher, and then UBI. You guys probably don't know, but this is IBM. This is IBM's logo. So yeah, I sold this one, and I did it as a fundraiser. So like I took $20 from every sale, and I donated to his campaign with it, which I think may have been illegal. I think you're not allowed to like sell things for campaign finance or whatever. This was another cool one I did. This says Gold Life in a bunch of different languages. So I had to go to a bunch of different friends and like ask them how they would say Gold Life in their language. So this is like Korean, Chinese, Hindi, I think, Arabic, Hebrew. Man, no, sorry. This one down here I think is like Thai or something. This is Thai. This is Hindi. That's Japanese, and then that's Russian. Yeah, you see the Russian? Yeah. Yeah, so this is cool. So, I don't know. Yeah, I like making stuff. Did I have any other fun designs I did? I forget what else I did. Yeah, that's yeah. So, yes, I do math, science, I teach, but also I like graphic design. I think it's cool. Art is fun. Looks like Telugu, yeah. It's some weird language. I think it was Thai. Okay. All right, anyways. Back to the question. So we break this up into components. So if this is 16 degrees, this is a 90-degree triangle, which means that this side right here, you can use sine for. So we could say that, right? The sine of 16 degrees is equal to the opposite over the hypotenuse. So let's call this like Vy. Let's call this like Vx. So this would be Vy over 45, which if I move that to the other side, right, then I just get that Vy is equal to 45 sine of 16 degrees. And then this one is Vx is going to be equal to 45 cosine of 16 degrees. Okay. Whenever one of them is sine, the other one is going to be cosine. Like, that's just how this works. Technically it's because they're orthogonal. That's what they call it. Yeah. So if you figure out like the up down one is sine, the left right one is going to be cosine. Okay. All right. So now we need to consider the motion of this stuff in the different directions. So let's pull up the kinematics equations that we need. This one, whatever. These work fine. Cool. Take them. Okay. So, what we want to know is that when this ball, right? Let's draw the ball again. And yes, Jeff, it does technically start at the ground. I know it's like the ball, technically there's a height to it, but yes, let's pretend it's a golf ball. When the ball has moved this far, 100 meters in the x direction, I want to know what its height is going to be. And the thing that links together these two directions, like stuff going in the x direction and stuff going in the y direction, is the time, okay? So what I want to do is I want to figure out, okay, how much time does it take for the ball to travel 100 meters this direction, okay? And then once we get that, we're going to figure out what the height is at that time. The ball size would be an issue, blah, 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 yeah. It's a spherical cow, man, dude. It's a spherical cow. Okay. So here's a good one. So Taco, if I have the velocity that this thing travels in this direction, right? And I have the distance that it needs to travel in this direction, which is 100 meters, how do I figure out how much time it takes for it to go in this direction? How are we going to figure that out? Yes, also assuming no wind resistance. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff here that could fuck this thing up. Yeah, air resistance, all that fun stuff. Okay, we can use this equation, right? Close. Yeah. So it's gonna be, you have it close. Okay, so if we take this equation, this is like delta x is equal to v times t, because the acceleration is 0. There's no acceleration in this direction because gravity only points up, down. Okay. So you're close here. So if I want to figure out the time, I want to put the v underneath. So it's really going to be, the total meters, 100 meters divided by 45. And it's not 45, it's 45 cosine of 16 degrees. Okay? Because again, it goes 45 meters per second at a diagonal, but I want to know how much of that is only going in the x direction. That's why we broke this up into two components. Okay, so we can figure this out. Where's my calculator? There you are. What's up, Skinny Column Windex? What's up, dude? Did you ask a question yet in my server? 45 cosine of 16. Good. All right, so that gets me 2.311 seconds. Okay, so 2.311 seconds. Okay, cool. All right, so that tells me that when the ball has been flying in the air for 2.311 seconds, it will have made it 100 meters to the fence. So now what I want to know is, like, what is the height of the ball at 2.311 seconds? Because if it's over 2 meters, then it clears. If it doesn't, if it's under 2 meters, then it hits. And then it's not a home run. Okay. So, again, we're going to use this same equation that we used before, but except now we're going to do things in the y direction, and now there is an acceleration. Okay? So now we do have to worry about the acceleration. So if we look at, for instance, delta y, that's going to be equal to v initial in the y direction, which is 45 sine of 16 degrees, times the time. It's also possible that the ball, it lands, yes, and so, Jeff, that would show up as a negative height. So if this ball, for instance, does this, then at 100 meters, we would see it, like, below the ground, which is not real. But, yes, that's how that shows up in the math. This is actually what's really cool about physics. Physics is a lot of, like, you know, taking the real world and then applying math to it, but then knowing how to translate what the math means in, like, real world stuff. So, yeah, if the height is negative, that tells me it must have fallen beforehand. Yeah. What if the ball never lands? Oh, it has to land eventually. Everything that goes up has to come down eventually. Yeah. Okay, but times the time, so this is going to be 2.311 seconds. You could get, yes, escape velocity could happen. He's not wrong. Okay. And then it's going to be plus 1/2. Acceleration is due to gravity, because we're thinking about up-down stuff, so that's negative 9.8. And then it's t squared, but t squared is going to be the 2.311 squared. Okay. So now we can plug this into our calculator and see what we get. Okay. So we get 45 sine of 16 degrees times 2.311, right? Cool. Minus 4.9, because 1/2 times 9.8 is 4.9, times 2.311 squared. And we get a height of 2.495. Okay, so we get delta y is equal to let's say, 495. So here's the question. Yeah, the Coriolis force. We should stop bullying this problem. No, the Coriolis force is real. Yes, air is a fluid. You know, that's the other cool thing I like to think about air is that, like, we're basically underwater fish, but we're swimming around in air. Like, air is a fluid. So just like the fish, like, breathe in water, we're breathing in air, but it's also a fluid. So it's a home run. Yes, Fembo. Exactly, yes. Because at 100 meters, my height is 2.495 meters, which is above the 2 meters. So, yes, home run, you win. Congrats. Quick question, what happens if you use g equals 10? Don't. You want to know, like, answer-wise what changes? Yeah, I can change it. One sec. Let me get one to... Who am I giving this to? Let's go to Taco. Yeah, let's check. Let's check what would happen if I use 10. So we had this. So it would be this minus, minus 5. It's pretty sensitive. No, you're right. It is. One sec. There we go. So if I did it minus 5, well, so it's going to be well, not 10% difference. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Yeah, no, he's right. So yeah, if you had used 10 for G instead of 9.8, you would have gotten the wrong answer. You would have gotten that it's not a home run because it would have been 1.96. Ah. Yeah, that's a very cool thing, Jeff. I like that. Yeah, so this is why it is important. Yeah, so you need to... Yeah, that's a good save, actually. I like that, Jeff. I'm going to give you a save for that. So yeah, be careful. Ask your teacher what they want you to use. 9.8 is like a happy medium. 9.81 is if you want to be like really good. And 10 is like quick and dirty. But like as you can see here, like if you use 10, you would have gotten the wrong answer. So Don't do it. Wow, 10 times, 10 saves, Jeff. So many saves. Okay. Let me do Obama's. Obama, what's up? You here? Yeah, you're number 1, Jeff. But now we have other Jeff. What's up? Obama Jeff? My guy? You here? This is your question. I can't hear you, Obama. He's coming back in probably. Yeah?
Hello?
There we go. All right, we're going to do the true velocity of a jet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. A jet is flying through the wind that is blowing with a speed of 55 miles an hour in the degrees north 30 degrees east. Okay, so this is like 30 degrees east of north. I think this is what we figured out, right? That's how they write this shit.
Yeah.
Okay. The jet has a speed of 765 relative to the air. Okay. I always get these wrong, actually.
What?
Because I always forget, like, what it's relative to. Like, is it relative to, like, the ground or relative to the air? Yeah, yeah. And then they talk about, like, the true velocity. Okay, because here's what's happening, right? All right, so there's, like, the ground, right? Does this make sense? There's the ground.
Yeah.
And then there's the air. And then there's, like, you, or let's just say the jet, okay? So let's say the jet was going at 5 meters per second forward, and you had... This is a very slow jet, but just, humor me. And let's say the air was going at the air was pushing you 3 meters per second to the right, okay? How fast are you going relative to the ground then?
I don't know. Wait, what?
Okay, so let's say someone's like looking from the ground. They're looking up at a jet, okay? Right? And let's say the jet's traveling at 5 meters per second. The person on the ground is going to see it as traveling at 5 meters per second, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's say that the jet experiences wind, okay? That's pushing forward at 3 meters per second, okay? How fast does the person on the ground see the jet moving now?
2.
8. The wind is helping it. The wind is helping it, right? The wind is helping the jet at this point, yeah? Yeah?
Yeah.
So even though the jet, like, relative to the wind thinks it's only going 5, a person on the ground sees it as 8. The other classic example they do this with is, like, if you're in a boat. They love doing this. I always get this one wrong. If you have, like, a boat, let's make our little boat. I don't know, this is a boat. Okay, cool. And the boat's moving at, like, some speed here, but then the water is, like, moving at, like, a different speed this way. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Then, like, your speed relative to the water is different than what your speed is measured by someone, like, on land, okay? And actually, usually what happens is, let's say, for instance, have you been on a boat before? Have you been, like, on a canoe or some shit? No?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say that there's a river, right, that is pushing water down this way, right? And you and your boat try to, like, move across, right? Let's say you're trying to move across. If you just paddle straight, right, relative to the water, do you see how you're actually going to drift, like, down and to the left?
Yeah.
Right? So this is where this comes into, like, with vectors, okay? So relative to the water, you think you're going straight across. But relative to someone on the land, they're going to see you, like, drift down. It's the same thing. Like, say you just, like, put your boat out and you just stood still and you're like, you're not paddling, right? So to you, you feel like you're not moving, right? Because relative to the water, you're not paddling. You're not doing anything. But in reality, right, relative to someone on the ground, you're going to keep drifting down, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the important concept I want to stress here, right? Which is that, like, I think is what they're calling true speed. So true speed is equal to relative speed plus wind speed. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
But we need to do these in terms of vectors because things are pointing in more than one direction. So with this was easy, right? Because the water is just pointing down. And let's say we were just going up and down. That's easy to just add up the speeds. It was the same thing here, right? If the jet's going this way and the wind is going this way, I know I just add these two, right?
Yeah.
But now this gets weird because let's say the wind is at an angle, okay? So now in addition to pushing the jet forward, it's also pushing it up. So now the jet has a speed that has not just left, right, it also has like some up, down to it. And
So would that be faster or what?
it wouldn't.
Or no?
Well, it wouldn't be fat. Well, it would be like different directions. Is kind of what it would be. It would actually technically be slower.
Oh.
Because the amount of wind that's pointing in the same direction as the jet would be less, right? If this was 3 pointing this way, then only this much of the 3 helps the jet, and the other stuff like pushes the jet up.
Okay.
Okay. So, anyways, all right. So, this is why we're going to use vectors. Vectors are very useful here. So let's just take this one step at a time, and I think it'll make sense as we get through it, okay?
Mhm.
Okay, so express the velocity of the jet as a vector. So the jet is going 55 at, it's flying through a wind. Okay, but wait, here we go. The jet has a speed of 765 relative to the air. Oh, wait, no, sorry. The first part they're asking is the velocity of the wind. And we say here, the wind is 55 at an angle 30 degrees east of north. Okay, so that's going to be this. 30 degrees, right, east of north. And then this is going to be 55 is the hypotenuse, okay? Do you know what I need to, in order to get vectors? Do you know what I need in order to get this in vector form?
I don't know. Would you just multiply 55 and sine 30 or something like that?
Good. Yeah, somewhat like that. Okay, so look. So we have a y component, right, of this velocity, and we also have an x component of this velocity. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Do you also see that if I add this to this, I get my resultant, or like what my total thing was, right? So if I go up and then I go to the right, I get the same thing as... Oh, thanks for the follow, Taki. Yeah?
Yeah.
This is why vectors are important, and you'll learn vector addition and stuff. But yeah, okay. So, if I want to write this as a vector, right, this is going to have like 2 components, which is going to be Vx and Vy. How do I figure out what Vx is? How do I figure out what the x component of this is?
Can you do sine?
Yes, that's going to be sine, right, because it's opposite over hypotenuse, right?
Yes.
Okay. So that's going to be 55 sine of 30 degrees, okay? Which is 27.5. And then again, if one of them is sine, the other one's just going to be cosine. It's just the easiest way to remember that. Yeah, because again, this is technically because they're orthogonal. Orthogonal means they're 90 degrees to each other. But just know that as like a quick hack. Okay. So you're going to use cosine
Like
for the other one.
equation?
Yeah. So
Okay.
so for instance, we use sine to get Vx here, right?
Mhm.
So that means I'm going to use cosine to get this one. Now notice how this depends on the angle you use, right? Because watch. Notice how let's say instead that this was the velocity, okay? And let's say that this was 30 degrees, okay? And again, right? Vx is going to be this one, right? And then Vy is going to be the other one. How would I figure out Vx now? What would Vx be?
Do you use tan? I don't know.
No.
Tan?
So let's look at this angle, right? And let's say this is 55 again.
Oh. Can't you just do sine again? I mean,
Well, let's say this. So look, sine of 30 degrees is equal to what over what?
Vx over 55?
No, it's equal to the opposite over the hypotenuse. Which one is
Yeah,
the
isn't that
opposite
the-
now?
Oh, I mean, why?
You see, now that's Vy. Yeah, right? So this is why now you would want to use cosine. Because watch, cosine of 30 degrees, Jeff, right, is adjacent over hypotenuse. So Vx is 55 cosine of 30 degrees. All right?
Okay.
What I want to show you here is that depending on what the angle is, like where it's being measured from, will change whether you use sine or cosine. So you can't just blanket memorize that x is always cosine and y is always sine. It's not going to be the case because depending on the angle you're looking at, whether the opposite is Vx or the opposite is Vy is going to change. And it comes down to whether you're measuring the angle from this axis or you're measuring the angle from this axis. That's why it changes. Okay? Just be careful.
Okay.
Gold calculator, nice. Yeah. Yeah. You like the gold calculator, Femvo? Yeah. Which experiences gravitational acceleration, Vx or Vy? None of them in this case, right? Because it's north, south, east, west. VZ does, I guess, technically. Okay. So anyway, so we got this other one, right? The other one is 47.63. Or we'll just say 47.6, okay? So that's part A. Part A is done, right? The velocity of the wind vector, in the velocity of the wind in a vector, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's do the velocity of the jet. Then they're saying this is relative to the wind, is what they're saying. Okay. So that's 45 degrees east of north, which is the same thing as 45 degrees north of east. Like 45 degrees is just 45 degrees. So I have this, Jeff, right? I have this as 45 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
And then the jet is flying at 765 relative to the air. Okay. All right. So how, again, do I get Vx and Vy from this one?
Can you do 765 times sine? What is that? 45?
Yeah, good. Sine of 45, yeah. So the cool thing here is when we got 45 degrees, is that sine of 45 is the same as a cosine of 45? If you remember from the unit circle, it just is.
Yeah.
So whatever you get for the x component will be the same for the y component. So if we do 765 square root of 2 over 2, but whatever, cosine of 45, that's going to get me that. So watch this, Jeff. Watch how like the sine of 45 gets you the same thing too. You see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So cosine of 45, sine of 45, same stuff. Okay, so that's me 540.94. Okay. So here. So now we got 540. We'll just say 0.9, comma 540.9. All right, good. All right, cool. So we got that. We got that. Okay, now it says find the true velocity of the jet as a vector. The true velocity, right? So let's remember, true velocity. So that's like the velocity that's measured from the ground. Is always the relative speed plus the wind speed. Okay? So I guess it's
So
like... Yeah.
Do you subtract? The,
No. So
Or
this
what?
is the wind speed. Remember, we got the speed of the wind. And then this is the speed of the jet relative to the wind,
Oh,
which is this one. You just add them. Do you know how you add vectors together?
Just add the x's and the y's?
Good, very good, yeah. You just add the x to the x, you add the y to the y, right? So this is going to get me the true, which is going to be, what is it? It's this plus 27.5. Okay, so that's 568.4. And then we're going to add that to the 47.6. Oh, fuck, where'd it go? Okay, and that gets me 588.6. Cool?
Mm-hmm.
So this is the true speed as a vector, all right? And now the last thing is they want the speed and the direction, right? Because if you tell someone like, hey, I'm traveling at this much x, this much y, that doesn't really tell you anything, right? It's kind of hard to interpret. So what we're doing is we're going to take something that is in like component vector form and we're going to convert it back to a magnitude and a direction. That's what this was given to you first off, right? When they say 55 miles per hour in this direction, this is called magnitude direction. So magnitude is like the length of the arrow, the length of the vector, and the direction just tells you like the angle. Okay?
Okay.
See how this is magnitude direction, but then this is component form?
Yeah.
That's the two things. This is like, they're technically both vectors, but this is like component vector form. You convert things into this form so that you can add and subtract them easily, but then you convert back once you're done to get something that makes sense, like something that you can visualize.
So how do you?
I'll show
how
you
do
how we
go
do it.
back?
I'm going to show you what we do.
Okay.
Okay, so here we go. So this is my x component, right? So I know that my x component, right, was 568.4. So I'm going to draw an arrow here, right? This was equal to 568.4. And then I know that my y component, right, this part, was 588.6. If I connect these two vectors together, right, let's connect these together, that gets me this. This is the total. You see how these are the components and this is the total?
Yeah.
Okay. So how do I figure out the length of this total? Do you notice I have a special triangle here? What do I have? Is this a 90-degree angle?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah? Because, right, things going in the x direction and things going in the y direction makes 90 degrees. So what do I know about right triangles if I have two of the sides? How do I find the third side?
divide.
No. Come on, Jeff, you know this. I know you know this.
I forgot.
Bro, what? No.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. No, dude, no.
Yeah, bro, I'm cooked.
It's Pythagorean theorem, dog.
Forgot what that is, bro. Is that like the
You
A squared
forgot
thing?
the Pythagorean theorem?
Yes, bro.
What?
I forget like everything.
No, stop.
Within like a month, I'll forget everything I previously learned.
Stop, please. No, dude. He forgets it. Okay, it's all right. I get it. All right, Pythagorean theorem, okay? A squared plus B squared is equal to C squared. We know this one, right?
Yeah.
Right? One side squared plus the other side squared added together has to be the third side squared, okay? So I'm going to do 568.4 squared plus 588.6 squared is equal to C squared. Forget Pythagorean theorem, get punched by a cat. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm cooked.
No, it's okay, dude. All right, so what? You do this squared plus this squared okay, and then you square root it. Okay, that's going to get you 818, okay? 818.2, okay? So that's the magnitude. That's how fast this thing is going in the wind. So notice, right? It was going just 765, but then the wind was 55, and so because they're kind of in the same direction, it almost added exactly up to in this case it would have been 820, but we got 818.2. Okay?
Uh-huh.
Okay, and then I want the direction, okay? Last thing I want is the direction, which would be this angle here, right? How am I going to get that angle?
Can you do law of cosine?
Yeah, you could do cosine. All right, so you could do this. The common one people like to do is tangent. They like to do tangent here. So they're going to say the tangent of theta is equal to what?
Wait, is this inverse?
Yes, we're going to do it
Is this
eventually.
inverse?
It will be inverse eventually, but let me see. So tangent of theta is equal to what?
588.6
Very good, Jeff.
over 568.4.
Good, yes. Opposite or adjacent, right? And so if I want to get rid of the tangent, right, then what I have to do is I have to take the arctangent of both sides. Okay, so now this goes away. All right? So now theta is equal to this, right? So if we do that, so we're going to do arctangent of 588.6 divided by 568.4. And that's going to get us 46 degrees. Okay? That tells me this is 46 degrees, right? However, when we measure coordinates and headings and stuff, right, we always measure it kind of like from north, right? So if this is 46 degrees, what is this going to be?
90 minus 46?
Good. So that's going to be 34 degrees, right? Or, no, sorry, 44 degrees. Okay? So here's what you're going to say for here, for your final answer here, right? We're going to say this is 818 miles per hour. And then for the direction, we're going to say at 44 degrees, or they do this way. They say north 44 degrees east. So this means 44 degrees east of north. See how this is 44 degrees east of north?
Yeah.
Cool. That's the answer. Yeah?
Yeah.
Does that make more sense? Make more sense? A little bit more?
I mean, the first two parts I felt like I could definitely do alone, but the last one, hell no.
Okay. Well, I mean, the last one, right, was just adding them together. You know how to do that. That's the third part. The last part,
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully you know now, right? It's draw your triangle, do the Pythagorean theorem to get your hypotenuse, and then do arctangent to get the angle.
All right.
Cool? Nice.
Yeah. Thank you. Can I have the picture, please?
I'll send it to you.
You have a quiz this Thursday, too.
Okay.
Better not be about this.
I'll probably be about this.
Hopefully not.
I'm gonna tell you the
Bro, my
classic
teacher
the classic question she's gonna give next is the boat going across the river. Like, so if you want me to do that one with you, I will, and then that way it's literally gonna be the next thing that gets asked on the quiz.
Bro, I don't know. She always does this. Like, she puts, like, one of the hardest questions, like this one, for example.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I know all the hard
normally
ones.
get to do it, but...
I know all the hard ones, dog.
Huh?
I know all the hard ones.
Bro, I last time I had this, I quit. Remember that quiz I told you that she's still grading, or the test?
Well,
I quit in this exact part.
okay,
Where it
don't
just
quit.
got hard. Too hard.
Don't quit, dude.
No,
Quit
I
it.
didn't actually quit. Like, I just stared at the thing, and I'm like,
Okay, good.
where do I get these numbers from? But,
At
like,
least,
I
at
just
least you kept staring. You're good, dude. Jeff says, fun follow-up question. If the plane actually wanted to fly 45 degrees east or north, what would it have to change its bearing to? Ooh. Yeah. So that's like working backwards. Which is cool. So in that case, Jeff, I think what you end up doing is you end up solving this for 45 degrees. And then you have to kind of like work backwards on it, I guess. Or no, here's what it is. Okay. You set what you want the true speed to be. Well, also, we would have to know, one sec here. I think you would do this, right? So that would be relative speed would be equal to true minus wind, right? Where you don't really know what the magnitude is, but you know this would be 45 degrees, right? The wind, you already know what that is. That's already given. But then relative speed here, I guess you would assume it's the same 765, but now this is unknown. No, it's cool, though. So I guess you're solving for this, but you don't know this, though. You don't know the true speed, though. Well, I see two unknowns. Yeah, 765 should stay the same. I agree with that. Yeah, this should stay the same, but the true speed will change now, right? Based on if I'm going 45 degrees. Yeah, it'll end up being whatever it is. Yeah, I'm just saying in terms of the math, I see two unknowns, right? I don't know this and I don't know this, so I get a little worried that I have two unknowns. It means I need a second equation, right? I probably end up using like the arctan thing for one of them. Well, not really. Well, now I like kind of want to do this one. It should work out. Okay. Let's do this next time. Yeah. Let me make sure because I have some other students that are asking questions. But Jeff, yeah, this would be. I should show this. Sorry, Obama's name is Jeff as well. I should show how to do this for Jeff to do this as well. That's probably another useful thing. Yeah, I'm sure it'll work out. Yeah, all good. All right. Let's see. We got columnus or cuber. So here, columnus or cuber. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Got you. Yes, you use arctan and then it's determined. Oh, cuber is here. Cool. All right, cuber. Let's do yours then. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. The arctan will get it. Yeah, very cool. right, Cuber. You want to come into the Discord to the stage so I can like speak to you? It's easier. Teach you. Make sure you know shit. Yeah, 1 sec. All right, cool, dude. Nice. How many people do in the talent show? I don't know. I have to count all the entries. We got a lot. I think we got like maybe 10. Come on up, Cuber. What's up, Cuber?
Oh.
Taco's asking, what are the odds looking like to win? There are no odds to winning the talent show because it depends on your talent. Right? You know. Yeah, your odd depends on your talent. It's not like it's not random. Okay. Oh, these are cool negative exponents. I like negative exponents, cool, Cuber. Yeah? Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Do you know how to do this? Do you know how a negative exponent works? Do you know what it does?
I'm mostly confused about like the ones that have the X and Y's.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's totally fine. Okay. So, anytime we have something with a negative exponent, it's going to like flip it from like top to bottom, okay? So, here we have 1 over x, right, to the negative 1. All right?
Yeah.
So, that's going to flip this whole thing to just become x over 1 to the positive 1, which is just x. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. So, this one's just x. What about this one?
I think it's 1 over X.
Yeah, this is just me 1 over x, yeah. Because what happens is, right, x to the negative 1 is the same thing as x over 1 to the negative 1. So then you just flip these, right? So this becomes 1 over x to the 1, which is just 1 over x. All right. This is probably when things are getting a little trickier here, right? So now we have 4x all to the minus 3, right? Do you know how to do this one?
Give me a second.
You're good.
Look at my notes.
No, let me just teach you. It's okay, dude. So
Okay.
let's write the 4x as something. Let's write it as a fraction. I think that would help us, right? Let's write it as a fraction. How can I write 4x as a fraction?
Wait, I think my teacher like
You see how you can do that?
says 4 and like X is like separated.
Okay, that's another way to do it. Yeah, so we could do this way. So instead of 4x to the minus 3, you can distribute the exponent to both things. So that becomes 4 to the negative 3, x to the negative 3.
Yeah.
Okay? Now you can do each thing individually, right? So this is 4 over 1 to the negative 3, and this is x over 1 to the negative 3. So what are they going to become?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, remember, negative exponent flips this, right? So this is now going to become 1 over 4 all to the 3. So it flips it, but then it makes the exponent positive, right? So then what about this one?
So would that be 1 over X to the third?
Go ahead. And then what you do is you distribute the exponent onto each thing, okay? So this becomes 1 to the third over 4 to the third times 1 to the third over x to the third. Yeah?
Yeah.
But 1 to the third is just 1. This you have to do a little bit of math. So 4 to the third is 4 times 4 times 4. 4 times 4
64.
is... Good, 64, good. All right, cool. Okay. Last step is combining these two. Do you see how you can combine these two?
It's D4X to the third.
Yeah, so it's 1 over 64x to the third. Right? Multiply the top, multiply the bottom. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's look at number 4. Okay. So this looks like this looks kind of weird, right? So let's separate it out. Let's say this is x to the minus 2 times 1 over y to the negative 3. Do you remember how you can separate that, right? So, for instance, if I have A over B, this is the same thing as A times 1 over B. Or like A over 1 times 1 over B. You
What?
remember that?
No.
No? Okay. Like if I have 3/4, right? That's the same thing as 3 divided by 4. Or the same thing as 3 times 1/4. See how this is like 3/4? 3/4?
Yeah.
It's just a way to separate things, Cuber. So if you have a number over a number, you can write it as a number times 1 over that number.
Yeah.
Okay? All right. So now that we've done this, right? So instead of this over this, I'm writing it as this times 1 over this. Okay?
Wait, so could we put the
Mm-hmm.
1 over y to negative third as y to the third?
Good. Yeah, so this becomes y to the third. What does this become?
Would we also do the 1 to the 1 over x to the second?
Good. 1 over x to the second. Okay. So you see I have 1 over x to the second times y to the third. What does that become?
I don't know.
Okay. Multiplying fractions, right? So this is like over 1, right? Remember, multiply top by top, bottom by bottom. What do you get? Oh, there's Calm Shock.
Oh, y to the third over x to the second.
Yeah. Do you see how these just switch places?
Oh, wait. Since it's like this, like the rule kind of like applies since it's like negative, so you could just like flip
Mhm.
them. and
Yeah,
then
you could've just
become
switched them.
positive.
Yeah. So, yeah, what about this one? What if you wanted to do this one?
Would it be y to the negative 6 and over x to the 5th?
Yeah, but you don't want things to have negative exponents, right? You're right that this would be y to the negative 6 over x to the 5th. But the negative exponent's the only thing I need to really move, right?
Yeah. So
So this is the same thing, right? As
1
x to the
over
yeah.
1 over x to the 5th.
So this becomes 1 over x to the 5th, right? Times 1 over y to the 6th. What does that equal?
1 over
Mm-hmm.
x to the 5th, y to the 6th.
Good. Do you see how this thing just like came down? That's all that happened, right? All right.
Yeah.
What about this one?
Negative 12.
No. Okay. Right? This is the thing,
Wait, hold
right?
on.
You got it.
1/12. Yeah.
No.
Wait, no.
So this is 2 times x to the minus 6. How do I write x to the minus 6? Always just like
X to the
separate it out.
6. Oh,
See how that's just 1 over x to the 6th?
yeah.
So this is just 2 over x to the 6th.
Oh, okay.
Do you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the only thing that dropped down. The 2 stays on the top. Okay. What about this one right here? So sometimes it helps Cuber to like, let's just like distribute it to everything first, right? So this is the same thing as 2 to the negative third, x to the negative third, times 1 over y to the third, right? What do I do to these things? Oh, what happened to Cuber? Cuber, what happened to your mic? Oh, there you are.
I don't really know.
Oh, yeah, you do, dude. Okay, come on. What's 2 to the minus 3? Remember, that's like 2 over 1 to the minus 3. You just flip it, right? This whole thing becomes 1 over 2 to the 3. This becomes 1 over x to the 3. This is still 1 over y to the 3. When you multiply them all together, you get 1 over 2 to the 3rd is 8, x cubed, y cubed.
Okay.
You see how I flipped this one? I flipped this one, right? And I just multiplied them all through.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Then let's look at this one, for instance, right? This is x to the 8th times 1 over 3 to the minus 2 times 1 over y to the minus 2. All I did, Cuber, is I distributed it to both things, right? Does that make sense, how I did this? I distributed it to that, and then I distributed it to that.
Yeah, kinda.
Okay. So now that I have these, right, what happens when I have a negative exponent? What do I do to it?
Raise to the second.
Good. So this is going to be x to the 8th. This is going to go up. So now this is 3 to the 2nd. And now this is going to go up and be y to the 2nd. Which ends up just being, right, this is going to be 9 x to the 8th y squared. Yeah?
Where'd you get the 9?
From 3 squared.
Oh.
Yeah. Does that make more sense? Yeah?
Wait,
I know
so it wouldn't be a fraction?
No. No. I mean, you can also see it. So x to the 8th over 3y to the minus 2, that's the same thing as x to the 8th times 1 over 3y all to the minus 2. And remember, when something's to a negative exponent, I just bring it to the opposite side. So now this is x to the 8th times 3y to the positive 2, which is the same thing as x to the 8th times 9y squared, which is just going to be 9x to the 8th y squared. That's the quick way that happens. Yeah?
Yeah.
We'll do more practice with these. Yeah, bring more of these. We'll do more practice with this, okay? But I think you're starting to get it a little bit, yeah? Does it make more sense or less sense?
It makes more sense. A little more sense.
Good job, Cuber. Okay, cool, awesome. All right, yeah, bring him to me next time. We'll do more of them. I just gotta get through 2 more students before we're running out of time. All right, Mystic said he's got to go in 10 minutes, and then Colin Shock, you're the last one. Okay, so stay around, Colin. Please stay around. All right, Mystic, we're gonna do yours. Nope. Okay, use the following function rule to find f of 20. Do you know what this means, Mystic? F of 20? No, it's okay. Don't worry about the caps. What does it mean for something to be f of 20? If this is f of x. 20 is x, yes. Yeah. I got no volume. Oh, man. Okay. All right, I'm going to try to show him. Okay. So 20 x. So this is going to become 7 plus 20 over 5. Yes. Yeah, so this is f of 20. So hopefully that makes sense, right? 20. And then wherever there is an x, you're just going to replace that thing with what it is. So yes, this becomes 7 plus 4, which is equal to 11. Let's see. Makes sense? Mystic? Hopefully it does. Cool. All right, last question. Call him. With a tricky one today. Determine the local and global extreme of... Dude, what is this fucking papyrus, dude? What font is this? Okay. Extrema happen when f prime of x is equal to 0. Okay. So take the derivative of this. That's going to be 2 cosine of 2x plus 2 cosine of x times negative sine of x minus sine of x. Right? Yeah. Okay, cool. So 0 equals 2 cosine 2x minus 2 cosine x sine x. Okay. I need to expand this out. I don't like cosine of 2x. Oh, okay. Okay. Cosine of 2x is 2 cosine squared x minus 1. 2 cosine squared x minus 1. Or maybe I want cosine and sine in there. No. 2 cosine squared x minus 1. Nice. So this is going to be 4 cosine squared x minus 2 cosine x sine x. Embarrassing? What's embarrassing, Curtis, dude? Or I can make it cosine squared minus sine squared. What do I want to do here? Well, okay. First off, yeah, okay, first of all, yeah, I can just get rid of the 2's here, right? I think 2 cosine x sine x is sine of 2x. Is that what that is? Yeah, okay, cool. Okay. Yeah, let's just do that. Okay. So I get 0 is equal to 2 cosine 2x minus 2 or minus sine of 2x, right? Okay. Sine of 2x over the cosine of 2x is equal to 2. So tangent of 2x is equal to 2. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Which, I don't know. What's the arctan of 2? Yeah, let him cook, dude. Yuck. Is there anything nicer? Okay, whatever. And what is everything in radians? Yeah, it's in radians. Okay. So, whatever. I get x is equal to 0.55. Which, is that in between negative pi over 2 and pi over 2? It is. That's cool. Yeah. Join the VC. Oh, yeah, sorry. I had my calculator the whole time here. Sorry. I should have shown it to you.
Hello, my friend. Sorry. Hello.
What's up, Column Shock, dude? I mean,
Yes.
this gets weird because arctangent is defined in certain quadrants, and then technically it repeats, and then there's a divide by 2. So if I really want to, like, do this,
Yes, I agree, my friend. Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, well, let's do this. Here. Let's just do tangent of 2x. Yeah, can I just get like an approximate form? Okay. Okay, so it's this.
How many solutions are there, my friend?
There are probably a lot. Okay, so it's what we had. So it's that plus pi n, right? Which, yeah, so I think there's only one solution then, right? Because we're only going from negative pi over 2 to pi over 2. So if I add pi n to this, I go over, and if I subtract pi n from this, I think I also go over.
I think there's one more, my friend. I look at the solution.
He says there's one more solution. What is the other solution? This is the original equation. Well, this was the original derivative. Wait,
My friend Windex, can you not be so mean?
What's Windex saying, dude? 2 cosine, 1 second. 2 cosine 2x minus. Oh, okay. Yeah, there's another solution right here. That's going to be within it. Yep. Okay. So the other one is going to be... Oh, so maybe I was actually wrong here. So, sorry. If I do 0.55 minus pi n... Oh, it's pi over 2n. Oh, I fucked up, dude. Sorry. It's pi over 2n. Yeah. So minus pi over 2. Yeah, this will be a solution. That's the other one.
I can be the teacher too. Yes.
Okay, cool. So this is the other solution. So you got negative. So you have 0.55 and negative 1.017. Okay, Colin?
Yes, I get that. Yes, yes, yes. And then you
Okay.
do the table.
Yeah, you should do the table. You could also just look at the second derivative, right? Which, ooh, that's a pain. Yeah, so just do the table. Just look at what the derivative is like before and after. And then also check the endpoints, right? So you should check the endpoints here to see what you get. So, for instance, when you're at negative pi over 2, that sign of negative pi, right? Which this is just going to be 0, right? Plus cosine squared of pi over 2, which is also 0. Oh, okay. Oh, cool. Yeah, so at the endpoints, this is just equal to 0. Right? So whatever you get for these will have to be either max or minima, because I guarantee these things are not 0. Oh, Curtis, you used the hint, dude? Yes, the hint. I love the hint, dude. Hint. Okay, does that make more sense, Column Shock? Does that help you out, dude? Column? Yeah?
I just want to say.
What do you want to say, dude? What do you want to say? Make it appropriate, because I'm on Twitch.
I do not like Curtis bad.
Oh, it's okay. Curtis bad, he doesn't like you. Anyways, good question, Colin. I hope that helped you out. That's a good question. And
Oh,
Colin,
sorry. One more thing.
one more thing. I gotta go soon, so make it quick.
I'm a better teacher than you.
Better teacher than me? I mean, maybe. Maybe you're a better teacher at some things. If you're a better teacher, then did you really need my help on this question?
No, I knew the answer the whole time.
Oh, good.
That's dope.
I'm glad you knew the answer. Cool, man. All right, cool. Let me end the stream. All right.
That's dope.
Thank you, everyone, for coming to Office Hours. Had a fun time working with you guys. What's the water bottle? Yeah, it's a water bottle. Yeah. It's a king water bottle, dude. I got the crown on it. I got the crown. Anyways, okay, cool, great, awesome. Thanks everyone for coming. Had a really great time working with all you guys. Okay, cool. Next stream is gonna be tomorrow. That's gonna be at 4 p.m. What is that? 4 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. So come on by if you want to get some help there. We're gonna go raid someone. Looks like Stucky's doing that. Danny's playing video games. So whatever. We'll go say hi to Science, I guess. We could raid Danny. Is he doing math help or is he just playing video games? I have a lot of people here who wanted like do math stuff, and like if I send them to like a streamer who's just playing video games, I'm just like, oh, but you know, let me send them to doing something sciencey. What is Danny doing? Let me check. Where's Danny? Let me check. Oh, it looks like he's playing Zelda. Okay. All right. What is subject is set to math. Yeah, but I see him playing video games. What have we rated gold again? All right, whatever. Just go say hi to Science. They do science at least. I'll talk to Danny. I'll tell Danny if he wants me to raid him, like make sure he's doing math. Anyways, go say hi to Science for me. They're a bunch of cool people doing science stuff. Thank you again for coming. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Stay tuned for announcements about the talent show, and we will see you. Have a great rest of your Monday. Everything. All right. Peace.